All right, guys, a little update. It's been a very cold day. We woke up to snow this morning. I've just actually had a text from a customer that is right at the Georgia-Florida line, and they actually have almost a foot of snow. It's crazy the weather patterns around here these days. But some people don't care about hearing about weather, so let's get on to some good stuff. So the elephant in the room, I guess, I'll start off with that, about the bin pack lifts. I'll do you a whole video in just a few minutes about that. But we've had good communication with bin pack. They've been actually on the money, sending updates, sending tracking. We've got about half the parts we need. The other half are supposed to be here anytime. And the installer has been scheduled to come out and take care of things. So like to say that I think they're going to come through okay on that situation. But we'll find out. If you haven't watched the video, scroll back. You'll understand what's going on. And it's unfortunate. I hate it. But things do happen. On the good note, though, while we got a few minutes to update, as we don't have a whole lot that has come in, the weather has snarled things up. I've got quite a few cool square bodies, classic trucks, classic cars, more of the Chrysler collection, Mopar collection, and other things, but we can't move them. The weather sucks, the streets suck, the transporters are having trouble coming across the country. This weather is crazy. So we don't have as much to bring you as we normally do. So hopefully you'll stick through this video, because if Christian does a good job dropping the pictures in, it'll actually be pretty cool. He's back there making funny faces behind the camera. So, also, we have dedicated, this is going to be the podcast area. We're going to slightly shift it sideways, and we're going to decorate this corner. So we're going to have a gas pump, a bunch of memorabilia and other things right here, some cool lighting. You'll still be able to see through the window. We even had somebody make a comment. You want to know how crappy some people are? About we can't afford one single blind, so we have two blinds. Somebody made a comment about that. So I'm sorry, I spent all my money on other cool stuff than blinds that I did not ever even realize were back there, to be honest with you guys. I never even knew. But yeah, I guess, we cheaped out on the blind situation. At least we do have heat, and the heat does work because it is very, very frigid out. So, a couple cool updates. And I'll drop some text in. The first one, I don't have a text, but Mike just got off the phone. We sold a 6.0, which I don't sell a lot of 6.0 trucks, but this was a very clean, black, paint was great, interior was amazing, four-wheel drive, crew cab dually. And that truck made its way, Arkansas? Yep, Arkansas. And Mike followed up with the customer, and we did have some spring bushings on order. It didn't necessarily have to have them, but it would need them in the future. And they're hard to get because it had a small lift kit. So Daniel was able to source those, and we got them mailed. So Mike wanted to make sure he got his truck, and he got the parts, and he did. The only thing he said, he had some play in the shifter. You know, the old Fords, they get some play in the shifter. So we're even going to have our technician on Friday. I have a Ford technician that's in here a few days a week, and he's going to call him and see if it's a bushing or whatever. You know, things happen, but loved his truck, and he'd seen plenty of videos and all that stuff. Also talked to a customer in West Virginia. They got a dually delivered, and AJ had FaceTime with him, and the mechanic there was doing some stuff to that truck, and said how good he liked AJ doing the video and walk around and FaceTime with him. So AJ's not here to pat him on the back, so we'll give him a shout out on the video. He's on a few-day vacation. Oh, what else cool has happened? We got in a few new vehicles, and don't really have a lot of those texts, so I didn't go through looking for those. But just to solidify, guys, when we're looking at something, if we're inquiring about something, we're going to follow through. Both of these customers, and I'll get them, and I'll make a whole nother video about buying. But we agreed on a price. They said, cool, no problem. I looked up the shipping, tried to figure that out. Come Monday morning, these were weekend finds. Come Monday morning, wired them the money. Everything was taken care of just like it was supposed to. So that worked out really good. Actually, I got one of my search and find guys beeping in now. I'll have to delete him, talk to him in a few minutes. But he's actually the one that found one of these trucks out in California for me. We always got people looking, searching, finding from all over the country. And we love unique stuff. This one's going to be a very unique one. So, Rusty Blazer. Haven't updated you guys a lot on that. I had Rusty 1 and Rusty 2. Rusty 1 was a Blazer, 78 K5. Rusty 2 was a Suburban. I got to bring you guys a video. My brother Brian's going to end up with Rusty Suburban as a carcass here soon. But Rusty Suburban was driven. Was it you, Christian, or AJ that drove it home? Must have been AJ. Okay. So we bought this out of Ashland. That's, 30, 45 minutes from us. And I sent him up in an Uber to get it. I literally bought this truck for the rear seat. I needed a blue rear seat for the big Suburban, the 10-door Suburban. And I wanted a specific blue seat for that truck. So lo and behold, guy says, yeah, interior's blue, everything's there. I said, all the interior's there. He said, yep. I sent my guy to go get it. I don't know, it was a couple $1,000s. It was a running driving Suburban. Like, who cared? I needed a seat, I'd use parts. I knew that. Well, it actually ran and drove really well, but when it got here, it had no rear seat. So our mission was very much for poo-poo. Yeah, Christian's looking at me funny. He didn't ever hear that story, I guess. Yeah, it didn't have a rear seat. We had to go find another rear seat. That's not where that blue rear seat came from. So I commenced to driving it. It was about this time of the year. The weather sucked. The roads sucked. It was rusty. Changed the oil, inspected it, and drove it. And I actually drove it until we needed another part on it that put it down on the side of the road. And then a brake line broke and a few other things happened. But that's still a running driving truck that we have picked parts off of for probably 10 different projects now. So poor Rusty has gone to its demise. Rusty number one, the Blazer, sold to a customer down, I think, in South Carolina. And he's a follower of the channel. And we'll drop in his comment right here. He said he enjoyed watching it in all the videos. He saw it in the background. We asked him before it shipped out of here, do you want any more pictures or videos? He said, man, I've seen it in video after video after video. That was a cool truck. I drove it back to back for a couple weeks. It wasn't anything exotic. It was just a rusty K5, but we did put a brand new 8-inch kit, cleaned up the undercarriage. The body was rusty. It was rotten. It needed a body. But the chassis was good. The driveline was very original. We did brand new headers, brand new exhaust, and we had on a nasty set of 35-inch boggers and some fat wheels. So that truck looked the part. And it was really cool because it was also similar colors to the David Brody, I think it was, from Jaws, where he drove it in Jaws, the lifeguard guy or whatever. So kind of a cool truck like that. And it also had the plaid interior. So picture here, comment there. What else do we have, Christian? We got the gray and maroon Squarebody. That truck's headed out to the Missouri area when it's finished. Also a faithful follower of the channel. And he flew in person. Got a chance to go up to the shop, spent some time with AJ, test drove several trucks, critiqued the things he wanted on that truck, which were steering, track bar, the finishing of all the billet stuff under the hood, hooking up the AC, getting everything working properly there. A couple of little tune-in items to make it as good as it can be. Again, guys, that's going to be a very, very, very high-end truck when it's finished because it was basically a show truck build. So looking forward to him taking that home because he said he's got some buddies already that are really interested in getting some cool square bodies. So he comes from good know-how. He's had some cool cars, has some cool cars. As a business owner, he can appreciate things. As you can see here from his comment, he was very happy with the way we did business. We were very straightforward. That's going to be an awesome truck when he gets to take it home. Then we got, well, let's see here, Kristen. Ms. Mary. Ms. Mary called, and I got to give a little backstory on this. She wanted a daily driver, and I was just very blunt and straight up with her that you're not going to really buy an older truck to make it a daily driver. She was having problems with the transmission on her newer vehicle, back-to-back problems, and she was frustrated. So I just told her honestly, it's a great truck. It's a good running truck, but I wouldn't depend on it every day. Then she told us that her partner was a mechanic and got to talking to him, great fella, and decided that it was the right truck. Now, this was a 502 GM Performance, great big block that we called it the sleeper because it looked grandpa on the outside, but it looked killer under the hood, and it ran good. It was strong. So they decided on doing a lot of the Davis off-road upgrades. It went down to the shop, and in a pretty quick timeline, we were able to do, they wanted a bed cover. The bed cover was delayed. That had to be shipped to them directly. But they wanted the bed liner done. They wanted the power steps. They wanted the track bar, the steering. They wanted to change out the rear bumper, a hitch, a couple other things. We were able to accomplish it all. Daniel was able to get the parts. Brian was able to put the stuff on. We cleaned up some wiring, some other things. Of course, old trucks have had a lot of hands on them, but that was a really, really, really neat truck. And got to them. You can see their comments. They constantly text, and that's cool. We exchange texts through the holidays. They're loving the truck. Of course, I'm sure they got some crappy weather out there right now, too, so hopefully it's indoors, not being driven. But that was a 76, if I remember correctly. So really cool truck. I don't have a text saved to give to Christian, but just had a customer on another big block 502 talking about that. Was going through some health issues. He bought a 502 and he was having some serious health issues. It was kind of for his son. Maybe it was for his grandson. But lo and behold, he texted today. He wants another truck. His health is getting better, so that's awesome news. And he wants another truck similar. And he also wants some custom wheels for his Blazer, so I've got him set up with Daniel for that. That's going to be pretty cool. Just another great customer, and he's actually in the bad weather too. He's down in the Georgia area and catching some serious bad weather. Then we've got the tan Suburban. Was another, not a home run, record-breaking Suburban. It was a $19,000 or $20,000 Suburban, but it was what it was. A good, honest square body. Ran and drove good. We just done ball joints and wheel bearings and brakes and calipers and tons of other work to that truck. And that ended up going to a customer, I think, up in PA. Spur of the moment purchase. Wanted it, got it, shipped it to him, got there quick. The brand new 6-door truck. A lot of you guys, not so much on YouTube. A lot of support always on YouTube. A lot of hecklers on other stuff. We posted that on Facebook and Instagram. $250,000 6-door custom built F450 with a hauler bed on the back. A bunch of knuckleheads on there cackling about, oh my God, I can build one cheaper. Oh my God, that's crazy price. Oh my God. Well, you can't build one cheaper. You can't build one faster if you want to build it the same way. Could you build a pickup truck and, you know, do it a little bit less extravagant than what it was? Yeah, you probably could. But you're not going to build that truck for any less. Nor can you get one built tomorrow. This truck was here. It was ready. It was fully built by one of the best builders there is. And the truck was flawless. I mean, it was a really good, solid truck. Customer actually traded us in a 6-door and another truck that he had. Thrilled to death with the truck. And again, I don't have his text. I don't have his number saved in my phone somehow. But he texted probably a week ago and said, hey, my wife's loving it. Already put 6,000 or 8,000 miles on it. Yada, yada, yada. It's been all over pulling her horse trailer. So she must do horse shows. So it's perfect because the previous owners were into horses. So that worked out really neat too. Sorry, my youth is not with me anymore, guys, so I got to make some notes. Their Survivor truck. The one that I really did not plan on selling, but as I told you guys in a lot of videos, and here's to back it up, I had the right man call. The right man with the right attitude, talked our way through the deal, loved the truck, sent me pictures of the trucks he has. It was his absolute perfect truck to finish off part of his collection. That was an 83 K20 with like 20,000 miles or 15,000 miles. Again, I did not have any intentions on selling it. It could have sat in the building over there forever. But it did sell. It made its way all the way to Washington State. And it got picked up at some weird hours. I think we met him on a Sunday for the transporter. We paid the transport, part of the deal. He provided the money to us. We paid the transport, and the transporter left here without getting paid. So he called, and you'll see from the text, you might can understand that. Here's the text for that. It said, transporter's an hour out. I thought we had agreed on the payment. Yes, sir. This was on a Sunday. Again, it took about a week to get out there. As soon as he gets there, we'll get him paid. Immediately the guy got there, said, I'm here. I'm ready to unload. We Zelled him the money. He unloaded the truck. Here's the comment. He loves the truck. Really cool. Then Boomer Tractor. Boomer Tractor, not a normal thing for us to sell, but we had a Boomer Tractor and we sold it. Also went to the north, and that customer got it, I think, yesterday. And it shipped out the day before, so we communicated, as you can see, the transport. We had a trouble with the transport. It took about a week to get it transported. We had multiple transporters cancel due to the weather. We had another few cancel because they couldn't fit it. They had a regular track width for cars, and this was a little narrower, so it would not fit the trailer right. Even though we put the thing in there and the picture in there and everything about what it was, some of these transporters don't pay attention, so they showed up and couldn't get it. Finally got the right transporter, got it right to his door. He's able to play with this cool tractor and enjoy it. So it's been a week or so of some really cool things. Some of these things go back a little further. I've been meaning to talk about them. But that's a little interaction of how things go with us, how they come, how they go. We try to back up what we say. Everything doesn't go perfect. Things do happen, just like having to mail those bushings out and some other things. But we try to be proactive. We try to be on top of things. If things do arise, we try to address them. We're selling used vehicles. We didn't make them. Henry Ford made them, and whoever Mr. GM is, and whatever the other manufacturers. But we try our best to stand behind them, and hopefully we'll have a little more update for you on the lifts, and we'll get this thing changed out because everybody's really excited about seeing them work and go up and down, and I hope that happens really soon. So if you guys are still with us, thanks. Drop a comment. If you've watched through the whole video, drop a comment. Christian just put a new order of hoodies in. drop the proof in here, Christian, right here. The picture, it's pretty killer. It's a picture of the SEMA F450 that we've got and one of our new designs. So not only can you guys thumbs up and like the hoodie, you can get one. Drop it in. We'll give it 1 week on here, and then we will pick a winner. So Christian will circle back. He'll randomly pick a winner. Just say, watch till the end in the comments, and we'll know you watched it till the end. You know what? Don't do that. Because if you do that, then everybody's going to say, what does this mean, watch till the end? You go fast forward it, right? Does that count?
It can happen.
It can happen? All right. Comment, watch till the end. We're going to come up with something a little better. We got a lot of giveaways this year. We're not giving away no cars and trucks yet, but we are going to give away some merch. So we got hoodies and T-shirts coming. We'll do a hoodie and we'll do a T-shirt. So 2 winners. Comment, watch till the end, and you'll be in that drawing. So thanks, guys. Thanks for sticking with us. Thanks for watching it out. As always, Davis Drives on YouTube, Davis Auto Sales in Richmond, Virginia. Thanks.